Okay, guys, we'll see how well this live goes tonight. Had some turn that light down a little bit. There we go. Had some good lives the last couple nights. Just kind of give you guys a little bit of a report. I don't usually do this, but last night's live with Michelle, I think it broke my record of. I had 71 viewers on it one time, and as of right now, let's see here what we got. As of right now, we're at 338 views from last night, which is crazy, just in 24 hours. And also, I've collected 21 subscribers in about 2 days. I think that's got to be a record too, guys. Again, I appreciate everything, and if you would, as always, like and comment and subscribe. If you would, give this thing a big old thumbs up. We'll try to get this show moving. I'm going to read the comments here in a minute once Mr. Late as Always comes in, if anybody gathered that and saw that. Exhausted. Absent. You guys seeing me? What's the audio and the video like? Because it keeps going up and down. So I changed my mind. We're going to go ahead and read some of these comments. We got Jonah in the house. We got Chris in the house. And I'm going to read my comment, but here's the comment. I'm going to put it up on the screen when Steven comes in. Be patient, guys. Waiting on Mr. Late as always. You got Sean Fairman in the house, checking in from Nashville. Hey, Sean. Appreciate it. You got 3 rigs. Evening Fly Rabbit. Thank you, bud. And we got Evans Transport in. LOL. Good evening. Thanks for coming in. And as always, we got Michael Shepard. Hey, Mike. Good talking with you today. I'm glad you're doing well. I hope your truck issues subside and you're able to run like you want to. Richard Whitaker. Good evening. Hey, buddy. Glad to have you in. And we got Justin Burgers in the house. Hey, buddy. How are you? Glad you're here. And looky here, I got to meet Gary Monday at the terminal in Memphis the other day. Him and Michael Sage were literally sitting 2 feet across from each other. And I don't think those two guys knew each other. So Gary, I don't know if I've ever sent it to you, and you can let me know on here whether you want to or not, but I have that Life 360 app, and I've got about 16 or 17 guys on there now. And I think you just kind of fell through the cracks somehow. If you want me to send you a link to the app so you can join our little group, I will. If you don't, it's understandable too, because it is a tracking app, just so you know ahead of time. Got Tool Bag, as always. How are you doing? I'm doing great. Just a little sleepy. Guys, this big storm that everybody's predicting, I've been looking at the radar all day long. This storm, I don't know where it's going to appear from, because usually storms start from somewhere, and 99 times out of 100 they start off in the west and they kind of float their way over. I can't see shit on the radar. I mean, there's a little bitty patch of something in central Michigan, but that's it. So be careful, because I don't really, they're predicting this storm really bad. I don't know if it's fear mongering that they're trying to do with us or what the deal is, but it's absolutely not showing up on my radar yet. Like I said, I'm in Indianapolis. I got to go, let's play our favorite game today. Let's go find an empty trailer. Well, I ran out of hours looking for an empty trailer today. What started it, if you guys ever come up to the Nike shoes facility up here in Whitestown, Indiana, be aware they will not let you take an empty trailer out of there. Yeah, it was a pretty big ordeal today with Nike. Lady got a little rude with me, said, "You're not leaving out of here with the trailer." And I'm like, I'm hooked to an empty trailer. It's got Swift's name on it. Well, I'm not opening the gate. And I've said, okay, well, you might want to go get your supervisor. And that's exactly what she did, because she was getting real shitty with me. So she went and got her supervisor. Supervisor came over and said, "You're not leaving with that trailer." And I said, "Why not?" He said, "Because we need them to load." So at the whole time that I'm talking to both of them, I've got my supervisor, or not my supervisor, but my load planner on the phone. She's hearing the whole conversation, and she's flabbergasted too. Hang on, I'm gonna bring Steve in. So she's flabbergasted with why they won't release a trailer too. So needless to say, I went to 3 different locations to get an empty trailer, and I still don't have one. I ran out of hours. So this morning, or actually this morning, but tonight at 11:30 when my clock starts, I get to go literally, I don't know, 200 yards next door to where I'm sitting at and pick up an empty trailer that they sent me to. I don't know why they sent me back and forth 3 different times, but they did. So hopefully I get this trailer, get the next load delivered to Toledo. It's only like 233 miles. Get my ass up to Detroit. Get that load. It's ready to go. Both of these next 2 loads are ready to go. All I got to do is get there, exchange the trailers, and row. And once I get the trailer that's in Detroit, which is actually Centerline, I'm scooting as fast as I can to Orlando. Hey, Steven, can you hear us? You're on the phone? Okay, no problem. I'm going to read through these things here. And there's the wife as always. Of course, she says it's HARP. It is. I do believe, honestly, guys, that I could be totally wrong, but I mean, I'm looking. All you guys pull up the radar right now and look at it. There's apps, and I'm not a weatherman by any means, but usually something starts something, and I don't see shit yet. But again, tool bag is in the house. Do they make slip seat drivers driving this? Tool bag, they really honestly leave the driving up to the driver. If he's not comfortable driving, he doesn't have to drive. And there are occasions if it's really, really bad and it does get to where they think it's necessary, they'll start telling drivers just to shut down.
I'm here now.
All right, buddy. So I want to read this comment to you.
Oh boy.
This guy named I Am the Fly Rabbit made a comment. Says, "Be patient, guys. Waiting on Mr. Late as always." I wonder who that guy is.
I wonder who that is.
Let me figure out where I was.
Late as always.
I already read that comment. 3 rigs. I haven't seen anything on the radar either. I'm heading home for the weekend anyways. Yeah, that's I had kind of somewhat planned this out, getting down to Orlando, because I've got a student that I got to pick up. Well, let me revert that. I had a student that I was going to pick up. He was ready to go. He called me actually texted me at like 5:30 this morning and said, "Hey, can we wait a week for you to pick me up?" I said, somebody else can, but it ain't going to be me. So I contacted my person immediately and told her, "Hey, he's changed his mind. He doesn't want to go on the truck." And immediately I got on the phones, started calling other Swift terminals, and I got actually a great guy. I talked to him. This guy actually speaks really good English. He's American. He's from America. He was born and raised in Virginia. Talked to him for a long time. I think we're going to be okay. He's out of the Richmond terminal. As soon as I get confirmation that this Centerline Michigan load is confirmed and ready to go, because it's in Orlando, and unfortunately the Orlando ones cancel, and even with the weather they might cancel. So as soon as I get confirmation that it's good to go, I'm going to call her back. They're going to put him on an airplane, and I'm going to meet him in Orlando. Timothy Thompson's in the house. Hey, buddy, how's things going with your process, buddy? I tried to call you the other day. I just curious to see how far along you are. And Jonas says, "I came through Indianapolis this morning." Steve, I gave somebody your information last night. Did they ever call you? Has anybody called you from the show that you know of? I can't remember.
A guy by the name of Zach called me today.
Yeah, Zach, that was it. Okay.
Funny dude. I like him.
Good evening, Mr. Late as always, says Evans. Virgil Smith. Hey, buddy, good evening. That's the guy that named our show for Saturday, Flying the Fellows. I don't know if I told you that, but.
Oh, yeah. No, Virgil's one of my clients.
Is he? Okay, good deal. Virgil's a great guy. Hey, I got another guy that's going to be starting here. I don't know exactly when. He's going to be contacting you also. Buddy, you don't need to. Don't worry about it. All right?
Huh?
I'm not calling you out or anything. Don't even worry about it, man. I'm just
No,
messing.
I'm a punctual person, so when people aren't, it's very
But,
frustrating.
buddy, you know what? You don't have to stress it with me, buddy. You're freezing
Oh,
up on. You're looking like a portrait. But anyway, you don't have to worry about me, man. You're a busy guy. I'm a busy guy, so shit happens, dude. It's okay. Chris says they say the moisture is coming up from the Gulf when low gets. Yeah, buddy. You know what? I got three. I'm not. My wife has already gotten on me about being dirty and nasty, so I got to watch myself. I was gonna say I have three something too, and it ain't. It never mind. Yeah, I don't know if I believe half the shit that's going on right now. There, I did. I cussed again. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to be better.
terrible.
Michael Shepard says they said the storm will hit Sunday. Yeah, I'm hearing like mid afternoon Saturday, and if it's mid afternoon Saturday, I will be in Orlando by then, if as long as I don't run into any issues. Um, I'm hoping that Orlando load goes because I would rather be in Orlando for the weekend when this crap hits, and then work my way back up north probably after Monday. Evan says, I'm so glad there is nothing going on weather wise out here west. Y'all be safe if anything happens. Yeah, right now is a good time to be going west, that's for sure. So, badass Monte Carlo 1971. Now, you're a new guy. I'm glad to have you in. Are all the loads on the load board super heavy all the time? Um, you know, I don't really have a good answer for that. I haven't done the load board in several weeks. Uh, I know you just commented on one of my videos too, badass. I'm to the point now to where I get so many comments. Just give me a call or comment on here when I go live. Um, yeah, are they all heavy? So, if anybody didn't hear last night, the load board is about ready to get populated very quickly, and I'd say within the next couple weeks, according to Michelle. So, you guys just hang out. Seriously, just hang out. It's going to be good once it all gets settled. To answer your question, though, probably I'd say 2/3 of them are probably heavy. I took some light ones, but in today's world, yeah. Timothy Thompson says, I talked to Michelle this afternoon and she has found me. Okay, good deal. Good deal. I'll put you down on my thing here then. I'm going to call her back tomorrow, set a date. Hey, give me a ring tomorrow when you get a date set up, and I'll get it wrote down and we'll keep in touch, brother. I don't. I think I called you either Monday or Tuesday. Um, Dual Yup. I hope I'm saying that right. Why did Trucker Todd just call you Scam Rabbit? You got beef. I have absolutely no beef with anybody, and I don't know where the Scam Rabbit. You might want to tell me which video he said Scam Rabbit is, but I haven't heard that. I haven't heard it in a while. Let's put it that way. It might be an old video, but hey, you know what? Walks like a duck, talks like a duck. Got to be a duck. I'm a Scam Rabbit. Justin Burr says, "Hey, Steven. Mr. Johnny, we are only allowed to lease a blue truck, then earn a colored one." Um, that's not true. I got several guys that started off with a different colored truck. It's not true at all. It's just whatever's available at the time, and you got to be persistent. I just booked a 20,000 pound off the load board. That's good, Michael. Now, when it's even like that, it says 20,000, and you get there and it's 43. Don't be surprised because that's how they list them. It's generic, but probably 20,000 is like the maximum, and it's probably going to be lighter. Evan says the load board loads are 50-50 with how heavy they are. I think that's a fair assessment. I said 2/3, but probably 50-50. Stephen, Bo Nix will not play. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Justin's got breaking news for us.
Oh, yeah.
Just messing with you, Justin. I know you're trying to do your sports stuff with the channel. Yep. I was a video from. It was a video from yesterday. I'll check it out, man. I'll check it out. So, Mr. Trucker Todd's doing stuff again, huh? Well, no, I got no beef with anybody. Nor am I going to comment or say anything about it. It's just it is what it is, man. Guys have their opinions, just like other things, and It is what it is. As a matter of fact, Mr. Trucker Todd is live right now because I'm live. Just to let you guys know, if you want to go catch him, go catch him. He's live right now. And I'm not going to say anymore. Not going to say anymore. Timothy Thompson says he'll call me. Okay, good, buddy. Appreciate it. Drop or live stream up in the listing. It would be helpful in the comparison videos. Drop or live stream up in the listing. I don't understand what you're asking me there, badass Monte Carlo. If you're saying the way the videos are listed, I don't think I have any control of the way YouTube lists them. I just do lives and I do regular videos, and that's just the way they come. I tried to do an occasional short when I find something funny. I put one up yesterday where a Turbine Suburban and a white Freightliner had at least, 7 or 8 trucks blocked because he went in and got him a bag of Cheetos and came back out. True story. I watched him do it. Evans Transport, Bo Nix will be playing, gives my boy Dre Make and the Patriots a chance now. Bo Nix not playing, excuse me. I think the Patriots are going to be okay. I don't think they're going to. The only team that I would be worried about is the Los Angeles Rams.
Okay. Whew. You said the right answer.
What was the other team?
See, if you said Seattle, I'm like, nope.
Seattle's going to get busted, dude. And the only reason that I'm saying the Rams is because they have been to the Super Bowl not too long ago. They've got experience with the quarterback. And they've actually been pretty daggone good the last few months. They sucked at the beginning of the year, but they've gotten their stuff together. Yep. I am still waiting to talk to Michelle. I work nights, so we are missing each other. Is there a long wait for trucks? No, actually, there's no long wait for trucks at all. It's just you got to get a hold of her. Speaking of which, who is this anyways? Put your name on here if you don't mind. Well, let me put it this way to you. If I've talked to you, put your name on here. If you're on your own with Michelle, then, it's no big deal. Don't mind playing the short game if there drops and can't find an empty. Yeah, I'm not big on – I hate playing the empty game. I usually don't have to do it because of this account that I'm on. I usually go to the same places, but the Nike crap was a back haul, and I've never done one before, so – it is what it is. I don't turn crap down. I just thought it was silly. They wouldn't let me go with a trailer. So the wife says, Jesus drivers, drama llamas, people just live streaming the pot. Leave the drama out of our lives, respectfully. That's why I'm not responding. It's going to be the Rams and the Patriots. I think so, Tim. But he says the Rams are going to win. I don't know, man. The only way the Rams Patriots is just because
Rams, Patriots, and then I think the Rams will get us.
I don't know, man.
Super Bowls usually finish within a possession, and if I'll take experience over inexperience.
Well, let's put it this way. Ever since they've been doing a Super Bowl or a championship game, percentage is really, really high for the first person to score a touchdown or a field goal or any kind of score. Whoever does that is usually the winner. It's something like 80-something%, That's just a stat. It doesn't mean that it's true. It's just a stat, guys.
What's funny, though, too, is the most infamous Super Bowl, the team that won didn't score first. And actually didn't score for a while.
Which game was that?
28-3.
Oh, the Falcons, when y'all beat the Falcons?
They went up 14-0, and then we got a field goal, and then they went up 21-3, and they scored on their first drive in the second half. Yeah, that was such a horrible start.
I know you were a little bitty baby tot, but the Super Bowl with the St. Louis Rams and the Tennessee Titans is, to me, still to this day, is probably one of the most exciting Super Bowls ever. Have you ever watched that one?
It's hard to watch it after it already happened and you already know the results. So it's
But I watched that. I've watched all of them live. I don't think I've ever missed a Super Bowl, but that to me was probably the most exciting and best game that I've ever watched. I mean, it was it was a shootout between quarterbacks. You had Stephen McNair and you had Kurt Warner,
Yeah.
and it was back and forth. Speaking of which, if you've never watched that special on Netflix about Stephen McNair, you need to watch it. Um, he was always. I never was a Titans fan, but he was always my favorite quarterback. I've always liked the big guys, like 6'6", 6'7", meaty guys. Ben Roethlisberger's another one that was a big guy. Man, that's a sad story about
Yeah.
what you call Steve McNair. But you know what? He was cheating on his wife and messing around with another woman, and she gave it to him, dude.
Yeah.
Juan Pearson says, "Go Seahawks." Michael Sage, hey, how's it going, buddy? Glad you're in the house. And Badass Monte Carlo says, "Go Browns, LMFAO." Yeah, I hear you, man. I don't think Shadur's. I think they're going to release Shadur. In my opinion, I think he's going to go to another team where he can get a start. People can say whatever they want to. I think he's going to be a good quarterback once he gets stuff together and gets a good coach. What do you think?
I think he'll. Damn, it's hard to say. Cleveland is so dysfunctional. I really don't know what they're gonna do. But if I were him, I would try to get the fuck up out of there.
Huh? If his daddy has anything to do with it, that's going to happen.
No, I think the NFL is more powerful than Dion. So
No, it's not about the power. I think it's about the money more than anything. You should know that. It's always about the money.
he made more money in college than he did in his first year in the NFL.
Oh yeah, most kids do nowadays.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird.
Devin, I like Joe Burrow, but only because I'm originally from Baton Rouge, LSU. Baton Rouge, man. You ain't never watched True Blood?
Nope.
Remember the True Blood on HBO? It's Baton Rouge when you're from Louisiana. Kevin, tell me that's right, buddy. I know it is. LSU this year is looking good on paper, at least number one potential team in the country.
Yeah, because they got Lane Kiffin. That's why.
From what I understand, other than the quarterback, I think Indiana is keeping most of their players, aren't they?
Indiana's already. It's so funny. 5 of Indiana's starters already hitting the transfer portal.
Wow, really?
That's pretty low for a team, though. Normally, it's about 8 or 9 per team.
What? Why would they leave a championship-winning team? I mean, seriously.
Because there's probably people coming in that are going to take their spots, so they need to get out now.
You know what? You're exactly right, because most of their players were all walk-ons, weren't they?
Yep. They had 0 5 stars, 1 4-star, and then 43 stars. And then everything else, yeah.
John Pearson said, "Are the Patriots are going to use underinflated balls this year?"
Man, so original, Juan.
Badass Monte Carlo, we had 50 quarterbacks since, what's that? You mean
Broncos?
Yeah. Well, the big and baddest thing back in the 2000s was Tim Couch when they got that Kentucky quarterback. He was supposed to be the man. Never happened. Yeah, you're right. See, I told you it was Baton Rouge.
Don't lie to him.
He's from Louisiana. He knows. He probably has that Cajun accent. Of course, I'm probably butchering the heck out of it, though. Kozar, spell checker, yeah. Michael Shepard said, "My wife's cousin played for the Patriots back in the 70s and the early 80s. His name was Bill Lankanides. Do you know who that is?"
Who?
Bill Lankanides played for the Patriots.
My dad would probably know. My dad knows all the 80s and 90s teams, and obviously current, but he knows them or 70s too.
You weren't even a mama's thought at that point, were you? 70s and 80s?
No, I was late 90s.
Kevin says, "Was really impressed with the Indiana this year. Totally didn't." Buddy, a lot of people have said that, and my wife can confirm on here. I told her and my father-in-law, they're big Ohio State fans. I told them like in week 3 that Indiana was going to cause issues for Ohio State, and that at that time Ohio State was the team. Then Miami came out of nowhere and was really good, and then Ohio State beat Miami, and in a lot of, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Indiana beat Miami the first time too, didn't they? Did they play them earlier in the year? No, they didn't.
No.
Who was it that Indiana beat really bad at the season? They beat somebody really, really. They just dominated.
Illinois at the beginning. They whooped their ass like bad.
So when I started seeing Indiana the way they played, and I did a little research on that coach, and I kind of like that coach's ego. Just Google me. It was his famous words. You remember that? Just look me up. And when he made that comment, the only people that make comments like that are either very, very arrogant or people that are very confident. And he wasn't arrogant. He was very, very confident with it. And but anyway, I called that out week 2, week 3 that Indiana was going to be something to watch. I think we even talked about it on the show back in October, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We did.
Paul Warfield for Mike Phipps. Juan says, I have to do it, brother.
He's talking to me when I said real original.
Oh, I got you. Died on his way with cocaine overdose. We've been cursed for 50 years and counting. So that must be a Browns thing. Yeah.
Sounds like some
Browns, So one of the best movies to me, sports movies of all time, everybody always says Jerry Maguire. Have you ever seen Jerry Maguire? Tom Cruise. It's a good movie. Got him and Cuba Gooding Jr. in it. It's a real good movie, but to me, the best sports movie of all time when it comes to NFL football is Draft Day with Kevin Costner. You ever watch that?
I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I've fallen asleep watching it 3 times. So I don't think it's meant to be for me to watch it.
Buddy, I'm telling you, you need to concentrate and watch that movie. You being an NFL fan that you are, it follows like 2 days before the draft. It's the Cleveland Browns, obviously. And Kevin Costner
I'm thinking of Moneyball. Jesus, yeah, I've seen that movie. Yeah, good movie.
Moneyball's actually pretty good too, but it's a baseball thing. That's why you got bored. I got bored with baseball crap.
I was imagining that. No, I've seen the movie with where he's the Browns GM, basically.
Man, what a great movie!
Top 5 movie, sports movie I've seen.
To me, I think it's number 1.
Nah, Benchwarmers is number 1. No, I'm playing. Or Dodgeball, True Underdog Story.
Dodgeball, that's great. Nicole, speaking of which, that's actually a great movie for Haley to watch. I didn't even think about that, Dodgeball. We've been trying to think of a comedy from, the 90s or 2000s that we can watch that's not super dirty, but got some funny stuff in it. 3 Rig says Steven's keeping the dew clean. I guess he's talking about your hair. Gosh, man, look at that sharp part that he's got, man. That part is sharper than a curve on a what's that boat called?
I know what you're talking about.
A cigarette boat. That thing is sharper than a cigarette boat. I was thinking more of a what's that popular boat name that everybody had in the 80s and 90s, man? I can't think of it. But anyway, that part is sharp as the front of that boat, man. You can part some waters with that part.
It's like a samurai sword.
That is sharp as hell, man.
Yep.
You never called me either about the Orlando thing. You asked me when I was coming into town how long I was going to be. Was that a call you needed to do at 10:45 or whatever?
That was 12:45.
12:45. You're right.
That time is scarred in my head. Yeah, I was going to see if we could meet up potentially and see if you had free time.
Let's see how this load goes. I'll know more tomorrow, how my schedule is going to be and how I'm going to pick this student up because obviously he's going to have to get an Uber somewhere for me to pick him up. So we'll see how things go. Maybe we'll catch up before I pick him up.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Orlando Brown hot in the eye with the yellow flag. Bottlegate, drive fumble, it never ends. He's talking about all the different times the Browns had fumbles and problems.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Took me a sec.
All right, guys. We're caught up with the comments. Stephen is on here for your insurance needs. He asked me to come on tonight, and as always, I said no problem because we always have a good time. Um, never had any problems doing lives with Stephen. He's always good for information, always good for good content for football and sports because everybody likes sports. So, floor's yours, Stephen. You can say whatever you want.
What was it? Oh my God. Well, I was talking to Zach. I guess if he sees this, he'll know what I'm talking about. I guess Swift, you guys use a third party to get health insurance, right? Is that right? ABC is what he said. He read it to me.
I don't even know what the name of the company is. I looked at it, gave it to the wife. She looked at it, and she threw it in the garbage immediately. Said it was garbage. So, and that's where it went to.
I was actually very shocked. So I don't know how. I wonder if there's a way if I could be like not me, but our agency could be y'all's third party, if that makes sense, because that shit is outrageous. How much the premiums were. So he's a dude. I'll give everybody background. I won't give too much, but he's a dude in his 30s. His wife's in his her mid 20s, and they have a son. Just for a basic plan that has no dental, no vision, $15,000 deductible, which is insane. It was almost $1,600 a month.
That's crazy, man.
It was like $780 something, I think, every 2 weeks or something. I forget what it was. And I don't know what we need to do, but I don't know if that's above both of us. But I feel like you guys are getting whacked over the head. Not everybody here, obviously. Some of you guys are my clients, but you guys are getting whacked over the head with health insurance through Swift if it's ABC.
So I've been thinking about this. I'm going to stop you for just a second. I've been thinking about this for about 3 months, and I've been trying exactly what you're talking about. I've been thinking about how I can present this and how we can get something and get your foot in the door. Now, they're out of Phoenix, and I know you can do every single state except for New York, right?
Yeah. Which
we don't hire anybody out of New York, not the owner-operators anyways. They'll hire, company students, and I don't know how that would work, but yeah, I'm gonna.
We have a guy that lives in New York. That if we ever run into that, we just use him. He's cool.
Okay. All right. So good deal. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna discuss this with Michelle. I've got a request for her to call me in the next day or so. I've got some issues with some other stuff, and when she calls me, I'm gonna ask her, what the. Why would you honk your horn at a truck stop when people are trying to sleep?
That's crazy.
What an idiot, man. But I'm going to talk to her, not making any promises, and I don't know how far this is going to go, but I'm going to try and get a little traction with it and see what we can do and how we can get you in the door. If I can get you in the door with Swift, my God, dude, you'll have Swift, you'll have Knight, you'll have U.S. Express, you'll have AAA Cooper. All these companies will go to you because of that. If I can get your name in there somehow, I'm trying to figure it out. I've been thinking about it for a while. I was trying to think how to present it to Michelle and see what she says because, even I probably shouldn't say this on here, but even Michelle wanted your phone number. Did she ever call you by chance? Send anybody to you?
She never left a message. I mean, she could have. I don't know. I get calls all day, and it's hard to track sometimes.
Well, that's one of my projects, and if that happens, man, you need to take care of me royally, buddy. I'm just kidding, man. But I'm going to do what I can. Again, it's like a 1 to 5% chance that something might happen. It's kind of like. Remember the movie Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah, I've seen that one.
50 million chance. You're saying I have a chance? Well, that's what it is. Okay?
Yeah,
I'm going to try. I'm going to give it a shot. Buddy, let me tell you something, and I'll tell you something I was really good at when I worked in the beer market. And my wife can confirm it too. When I was in the beer market, I had an Applebee's in my market, and at the time, I'm talking 2007, 8, 9, somewhere in that area. Shock Top, the beer Shock Top. You ever heard of it? Okay.
Top 3 favorite beer.
Shock Top is an Anheuser-Busch beer. They brew it. They always have. It was a summer beer for a long time. It was just a temporary beer that we had, and somewhere around 07, 08, 09, they made it a permanent beer in its own brand. And when they did that, obviously they wanted to attack Blue Moon. That was the competition, and they paid us buku dollars to go and take tap handles off at restaurants, because that's what I did. I sold to restaurants and bars and stuff, and they gave us buku. I mean, it was back then. It was like $500 for each tap handle. That's what Anheuser-Busch was paying us. Now that's a lot. That was a lot of money to do that. Well, I was killing it, dude. I probably made, I don't know, at least $5,000 in 1 month switching tap handles. Well, the big one that I did, and I never got credit for this, and that's what pissed me off. The big thing that I did, I was really close to my Applebee's manager. And if you know anything about the big chain restaurants, their corporate mandate says they have to have this beer, they have to have that beer, and so on. Well, they were mandated to have Blue Moon. My Applebee's was Florida Gulf Coast University. That we called it Club Applebee's. That was my Applebee's in Estero, Florida. And me and the manager, I went to him. I said, look how much money, because the barrel of the beer was like a third the cost of what Blue Moon was. And they could charge the same price for the beer as they could a Blue Moon. So you can do the math and figure out how much more money they make.
That's a lot of money.
Buddy, I would sell 25 barrels of Shock Top to Applebee's in 1 week, because they had Club Applebee's on Friday and Saturday nights where they had, DJs, and, they had a disco night and all kinds of crazy crap. But anyway,
That's so funny.
not only did I get that Applebee's, I got all Applebee's in the state of Florida and southern Georgia up to like Macon, Georgia. They replaced all of them because of that. So let me back up a little bit about that before they did that. Before they did that, the big regional manager went to my guy and said, you got to put Blue Moon back on. You got to. So he had to put Blue Moon back on for about 2 weeks. And then he called me back and says, James, we're back on with the Shock Top because they saw the profits that I was making at the store. Now we want them at all the stores. So I never got credit for that, but that's something I did.
Thank you. I've had Shock Tops at Applebee's a few times. So
Shock Top is an awesome beer, man. Is it still at Applebee's?
Oh, for sure. I've probably been to an Applebee's twice a year since COVID, which was when I turned 21.
I didn't even know they still had Shock Top. I love Applebee's, man. Their food has gotten so much better.
Am I doing the math right?
Half price appetizers was the deal, man, after 9.
I'm tripping. I was in 2018 when I turned 21. Not COVID.
I think I better call Applebee's and get some kind of sponsorship or something here,
That'd be cool. What was it? It's I guess if you present it to Michelle,
yep,
I would say the only way there could be a problem is because I'm one person. But say that there's multiple people here, and I'd only if we got the sponsorship for whatever reason, there would only be a select few that would get it because they're the only people that deserve it, and those only people would I trust them with my insurance? If I say yes, they're going to be on it.
So, and I honestly, me and Michelle did talk about this last night. Of course, she knows about the truck show. There's very few people in the upper chain that knows what I'm doing. We're kind of keeping it on the down low, and not that we don't really want to, but we're being very cautious about it. There's one person in the command that knows about it, and they're ecstatic and excited about this all the way around. So my plan was to incorporate everything together once we get to the show, and then present my idea to them once they see how you are and see how successful, because we're going to rock this show out one way or the other. We're going to rock the show out on both ends. I'm going to rock it out on my end. You're going to rock it out on your end, and we're going to do everything we can, and I'm going to present it to them then. How many people are we up to now, just off the YouTube, off of this? Do you know? I think you told me something like 60 something at one time.
In terms of people insured, I think it's 63, or it was 63 when I told you. It's up now.
And I talked to an old friend of mine. We haven't talked in a while. I talked to him this morning, and we kind of had a truce come together, and we talked, and I explained to him. I said, dude, I called you for lots of reasons. Obviously I want our friendship. I want a little bit of a truce, and it's not Trucker Todd, guys. Don't even say that. But I talked to him, and I said, whatever you do, man, call Steven and get some insurance for those kids, because he's got like three or four kids. I forget how many. I said, you got to get insurance for those kids. So he's going to be calling you soon too. And I think he's probably watching the show tonight because we talked about it. He's a good guy, man. Sometimes, I could go off the wrong way with people sometimes. And I think me and him just we decided to go a little bit of a separate ways. Anybody's been watching the channel for a while, everybody knows who I'm talking about. Let's see here what we got. Badass Monte Carlo. Who covers the insurance on the student? Swift does, and you got to have Swift's insurance. This is truck insurance, not health insurance. We're going off the base here a little bit. What we're doing. SeBrite does not cover. If you have SeBrite, you have to get the insurance through. It's called Mojave, but I forget who the actual
is SeBrite the accidental insurance? That sounds really familiar.
Now, SeBrite is the truck insurance that we use for physical damage, bobtail, and they do have an accidental policy that goes with it. It's a three-way policy, is what it is, more or less. You really need to look into that too, with the truck insurance, because if you could somehow figure that out, God, I could get everybody to switch, brother.
Yeah, it's just being independent. Random stuff like that is hard to get.
I got you. SeBrite, not that I'm trying to take their business away or anything. They're freaking phenomenal, man. Wife says, Steven, you remind me of a character in HBO series called Industry. Speaking of which, Nicole, is that show pretty good? I saw that you were watching that. I was curious about that. Never took a peek at it yet. Started watching the new Fear Factor. It seems like it's going to be pretty good. Did you watch that?
Johnny Knoxville's hosting it, right?
Yeah.
That seems interesting.
They're doing another Jackass. Did you know that? It's coming out in the summer, dude. I love Jackass, dude. I
put that. How many limbs left? What are they doing,
buddy? I put any one of those movies on, and I've seen all of them probably several times. Every time I put it on, I don't remember that, man. That's funny as hell, man. Mm-hmm. Those guys are crazy, man. Who was the one that passed away? Bam Margera? Is he the one that died? Which one was the one that died?
No, I don't think it was Bam. It was oh shit. I was just talking in our group chat about it recently.
Three Riggs says that would be great for you, Steven.
It's Ryan Dunn, the ginger beard. That shit was sad.
Three Riggs says he loves Shock Top. Buddy, I'm not a beer drinker.
Smart
but
guy.
if I was a beer drinker, it would be a Shock Top with an orange.
Yep.
Even though it has orange already in it, unlike the Blue Moon. That was the difference between the two beers. You know that? Shock Top actually had the orange in it, and Blue Moon didn't. You had to put an orange in the Blue Moon to make it to where it was. Michael says, Steve is going to have to clone himself. Yeah, you need to clone yourself, all right.
I got my people coming with me, so we'll be all right. We'll figure it out.
Stay safe, everyone. Beer Gut Boomer. Hey, thanks for coming out, man. I saw you made a couple comments on some of the videos. We know some big LTL carriers that are California canceling runs to stay out of the weather. Or canceling, okay. Yeah, I got a feeling that if this really mounts into something, and I still don't see anything on the weather map. You'd think that you would start seeing something, but I see absolutely nothing.
There's an image out there, and it's like pink, and it's like there's going to be like 3 inches of ice or something, and it's like that's going to kill the power for like 5 to 10 days at most.
It's funny because anytime you have those weather-related stuff like that, usually it starts off in the west, and even, Evans Transport's on here. He says it's clear out there where he's at because he's in Idaho area.
It's dipping down from the Great Lakes. That's where a lot of cold fronts come from too.
Buddy, I'm like I said, I'm looking at the weather map right now. There's absolutely nothing in Canada or the West Coast. Nothing. There's a little bitty rain patch that's over in Ohio right now, and that's it. Usually, if it's tomorrow, supposedly starting tomorrow. Usually, if that's the case, something would be there. But if it's that bad, guys, they're probably going to shut us down anyways.
Probably.
There's Red Raider reloading. Hello, everyone. So, guys, I got confirmation. I talked about it last night. Mr. Red Raider sent me a headset to give away. He donated it to the channel. The wife received it. I'm going to put something on in the next couple of weeks, and we're going to give this thing away in the next 30 days. So watch out through the post, because I do those giveaways on the post. I'll remind you through the lives and the videos and stuff, but just make sure you read what it says to do, because everybody did the last one. You had to read it, and some people didn't read it. They just assumed. That way you get put on the spinning wheel, and we'll spin the wheel, and we'll see who wins it. Hope everyone is doing great. I'm doing great. Just a little sleepy, but I'll get out of it. Any good freight out of Laredo? That was a question that was brought up last night with Michelle. There's always freight out of Laredo, and whether it's good or not is a question to be answered. But every time I went down there, and even in the worst markets, you can always find something, because there's always a load sitting in a Laredo terminal or somewhere close by that you can pick up to bring up north. It's coming from either Mexico or even down there in that area, or even from the West Coast. That's kind of a, El Paso and Laredo are the two that always has something. So one of my favorite soft drinks is Big Red. You ever had a Big Red?
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh. I know you're not a soft drink drinker, but
No.
I was in Texas, and my wife loves these too. We got a couple of them at the house. Big Red Zero Sugar. Man, it's good.
Mm-mm. It's good. I'm good.
Beer Gut Boomer says, about to run I-20 to Shreveport myself. Yeah, you're going right into that crap. And my wife says 10 days of darkness. We're definitely going to have 10 days of darkness. Storm is upon us. Juan Pearson, clear here in Tennessee. I'm in Indiana right now. Other than it being 30 degrees, it's not that bad. It's 27 degrees, actually. Beer Gut Boomer says, I think we will work till Saturday morning. Yeah, that's kind of what my plan was from the beginning of the week once they started talking about this crap. That's one of the reasons why I got the load going to Orlando and to pick up the student. I was hoping to be somewhere in Florida by the time this crap starts coming down, and stay down there until the crap disappears. Badass Monte Carlo says, I was caught in the ice storm about 5 years ago. I was in Texas. I took a turn a day later, and a mountain of ice slid off the road. That sucks. So you remember that 5 years ago, Dallas, Texas, the whole city basically shut down. This guy right here was in Dallas, Texas at that time when all that crap happened. This guy here navigated himself around all that crap, around all the idiots. There was nobody on the road. I was the only truck on the road, and at that time, they never told drivers to shut down. Guys, it's just about your habits and how you drive. You got to be aware. Of course, 10 miles an hour is all I could do, but I got through Dallas and delivered my load on time, as always. I try to be like the U.S. mail. Well, it's not really like that anymore. U.S. mail, they always say the mail always gets delivered. Well, it's not that way anymore, but it used to be. Juan Pearson, hope it's not that I'm going to North Carolina tomorrow and back to Ohio. Yeah, you're going to go right in the middle of that crap, Juan. Right in the middle. Timmy Thompson says, clear here in Tullahoma, Tennessee. Good deal. Good deal. Red Raider Reloading says, weather's supposed to hit Texas Panhandle about lunch tomorrow. Wow, I hope not, man. I hope not, because that means that, well, hopefully I can get down to Florida quick enough. Because my goal is, like I said, to drop this load, Toledo, get up to Michigan, get the next load, and then get that load, try to make at least Louisville to shut down for tomorrow. And if I have a chance, then, hopefully I can get out before Saturday morning before all that crap starts coming in. Oh, got two people texting me. Let's see what we got. My wife, she's so funny. She doesn't like me eating when I'm talking. Um, Michael Shepard said he's going to be in Sarasota Savannah on Saturday. Yeah, I think you might be south enough because the way I see it, I think Atlanta's going to be kind of the break off point. You got people texting you asking for stuff?
No, it's like a mix. It's like some here, some there, and then some of this.
So, guys, we got questions. Just like I always tell you, Steven's number is up there. Give him a text now, tomorrow, whenever. Set up an appointment. I told this certain person to give you a call. He was going to watch tonight and get your number and do that. So Red Raider. Speaking of which, I'm going to text him right now and send it to you. I was in Dallas in the ice storm in 2021. Yeah, I was in Dallas too when all that happened. There's bacon and bourbon. Yeah, buddy, I'm live, man. You need me to call you after the show? I will.
Let's see. Trying to think what I was gonna share because I was just baffled by Zach's health insurance.
Which number you want me to give, my buddy? You want me to give the number that's on the screen?
No, give him my personal one.
What's it?
The 407 one?
I don't know what it is. Just tell me to me.
Oh, 407 865 4404.
Okay. You want me to put this number in there instead?
Nah. Just leave the Dallas one up for now. I guess I did just say it out loud, but whatever.
Yeah, it's all right. Nobody else, they'll get it. I should have had to text it to me. I'm sorry, man, but I want my guy to call you. So you carry two phones?
You
carry two phones?
Technically, it's like I don't want to word it. So it's my primary business line within a computer, basically. So like if I left the office right now and they called my Dallas line, it's just gonna either go straight to voicemail or ring once and then go to voicemail. I use a CRM for everything, except for obviously this. Excuse me.
Anybody got any questions? Anybody got any topics they want to talk about? Steven's pretty open. We don't have to have insurance topics. Steven's pretty busy anyways, but
yeah, I got like 20 minutes too. So, oh no, actually I wanted to see if anybody here has seen it. What's it called? There's a lot of advertisements on Facebook recently that I noticed, and I have people bringing it up to me, and Zach brought it up to me earlier. They're the trucker IULs or cash value life insurance policies. I don't know if you guys see those all the time.
I've never seen them.
You haven't?
No.
You must stay on Facebook then.
Buddy, I don't get on social media anymore, dude, other than, YouTube and my StreamYards that I'm doing here. I got to tell you the truth, man. I just lost interest under the last administration, dude. I just, with all the shadow banding and, all the bullshit that was going on, I don't care anymore. You know what I mean? I'm concentrating on my business and what I've got going on and what I'm doing for you and Michelle and everybody that's involved. I don't care. What happens. And, just like anything that our country's ever had to endure, we just mowed whatever we need to mow to make things happen, and that's what I'm concentrating on. I'm not looking at the economy. I'm not looking at, other than, doing it for trucking businesses. Obviously I want the economy to do well because it helps us out, but I don't look into that stuff anymore. What happens, the inflation, you deal with it. You know what I mean? You can't fear mongering like what we talked about with this storm coming, why put fear into people? I watched the drive.
Fear sells.
Huh?
Fear sells. Yeah.
Well, I watched the drive. I watched another. I had another driver on YouTube that got suggested to me today, and I watched him. I can't remember his name. I'll have to go back into the videos I watched, but guys, he agrees with me, man. He says you guys need to get your affairs in order, whatever you got going on, because the trucking market is about ready to take a big boom in a good way. Um, I mean, it's going to be rocking here in the next few months, if not few weeks. I still think somewhere in the March area, right around the truck show time, I think things are going to rock it up, man. I think your business is going to rock up too, because a lot of things people were getting rid of during COVID and all these times, but after COVID, actually, when the money was down, they were getting rid of extra shit. They were getting rid of whatever policies they had, life insurance, health insurance, Netflix, Hulu, anything that was extra that they didn't need to survive with. And quite frankly, some people let their car insurances lapse and shit like that too, which isn't good. But I think it's about ready to blow up. I think Juan Pearson agrees with me.
Yeah, me and Juan have talked about that before.
Okay. But when I'm ready, I'm only got to buy with. He's only going to buy with you. Yeah, good deal, Juan. Good deal. Speaking of that, Juan, how much longer do you have to wait before you can come to Swift? I know I don't remember what your issues were, but you'll hear of it now. The algorithm will get you now. Yeah, I know. I agree. You want me to call you later, James? Talking to James, Bacon and Bourbon.
Oh.
I tried to call you the other day because I want to see what your timeline is of wanting to come over here, because I had Michelle on the live last night. I don't know if you've ever called her or she's called you, but you got to tell me what's going on, brother, so I can help you out. If you're still wanting to wait a while, that's fine. So Jonah's asking a question here, and you know the answer, Jonah. Stephen, do you have life insurance? We talk about it on every show, Jonah. Are you sleeping during the shows?
I don't think I've brought up that. I've different policies.
Well, Stephen gets after me for not talking about
it. Do I have them? Like, do I sell them, or am I able to sell them, or do I have it on myself? That's what you're asking.
Obviously, he's asking, do you sell it? He can care less whether you have it or not. Why? He's not your beneficiary, so it won't matter.
No.
Jonah Bacon says, get my fares in order. Off the market is getting good. I don't plan on dying. Yeah, I hear you. Do you have something you want to say? Did you want to say something?
No, that's fine.
3 months of pain and suffering. So you got to wait 3 more months. Okay. Well, like I always tell you, Juan, before you do or call anybody, and I'm going to repeat to you, I know you talked to Michelle, call me first before you do an application, or call her. I want to make sure that everything's situated. I've got new stuff that I want to talk to you about that has come about, and I want to make sure you're set up, because you're one of my guys that I've been following for a while. Call me first, please. Don't do like everybody else does. I've been watching your show. I just started watching, but I've already got an application. I can't help you, man. You've already got an application in. You're stuck with somebody. Bacon says, I watched it, never heard from her. Been sick this week and working out a few issues. Give me a call after. All right, I'll call you later. Josh Traxler, nose cancer? We all saw the post. I don't know what post you're talking about there, buddy. I'm sorry. Help me out. So Jonah wants to know if you sell life insurance.
Yeah, I do.
Jonah, texting.
That's my bread and butter. Health insurance is more like secondary, really, if we're going to compare the two.
Juan says, okay, definitely. I got to tell you the truth, man. Every time I see you in that sharp haircut that you have, and you always got the MC Hammer clothes on. It looks like you got an MC Hammer jersey on or something there.
No, it's a hoodie.
I see, but it looked like a zoot suit, like they used to wear, like MC Hammer and the new edition Bobby Brown button on your sleeve and all that stuff. You remember that?
I do.
That's what it. But anyway, you kind of remind me of Jordan Belfort. You know who that is, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Wolf of Wall Street. I mean, your business, man. It intrigues me, man. Do I need to become the Wolf of Wall Street with you or something, man? I mean, Jesus, I think
You're
I
gonna
might
be doing
need
it by yourself. I don't do it.
I need to come do what you're doing. That's funny, man. He probably told me, but I forgot what Jonah said. Oh, you sound like the guy, the student that talked to his teacher. You told me, but I forgot. Wah, 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 wah. Just like Charlie Brown's teacher, buddy. He says he'll call you tomorrow. Remember, texting so he can make an appointment with you. He's a busy man.
Try to be.
Stephen is busier than Joe Biden on the beach eating ice cream.
I think Joe Biden's busier in the White House than I am at work.
Speaking of Joe Biden, man, and I swear I'm not getting into politics. I'm really not. But speaking of Joe Biden, when's the last time we seen him on the news? And of course, I don't watch news, but I haven't seen any posts or anything about him lately at all. Josh Tracker, follow me at Eating the Cats.
That sounds fun.
So I don't know if that's his channel. I'm gonna look it up in a minute. But there was a show on Netflix a couple years ago called something about the cats, where they were eating the cats. Basically, is what he talked about. Very weird show. You looking it up too?
No, I'm texting a client, but I had to do something where I copied something over. This lady, what was it? In one of our portals, I can see everybody's payments, like if they make them, because she's on auto bill pay or whatever. She's made every single payment, and someone called her earlier, she's saying, and said that it got canceled out, and she's frustrated. And I was like, I just sent her a screenshot. I said, no, you've made every payment for the last 13, 14 months. So I was like, I don't know who called you, but they're lying. I was like, this is directly from my portal, which is your portal. So that was fun.
So here's what I have for Eating the Cats. I can't find your channel, brother. This is what I have. So they're taking, Trump's little deal is what they're doing, and making a little cartoon video out of it. They're eating the cats, the dogs, the cats. Michael Shepard, he was deported. Maybe he was, man. He was. Him and Kamala, whatever way she wants to say her name is this time. Bacon says he just signed a contract with Depends for $100 million. Oh man, that's funny.
That'd be an NIL deal of the century.
Steven, if you haven't subscribed to his channel, I don't know if he's put anything out lately. You need to look up Bacon and Bourbon. Bacon and Bourbon, blue collar bullshit is the name of it.
Oh no,
that's a long name, but he puts out some funny crap, dude. Josh says The Enemy Within on YouTube. Josh, you've got me stumped with. I really don't know what you're talking about, buddy. I appreciate you coming in and making comments. All right, guys. I know Steven said he had to go in 20 minutes. We've been on here for an hour. You guys got questions? Post them up here. If you want to text Steven personally, by all means, the number's up there. If you got questions about coming to Swift, my number's up there. Y'all can call me. This is Steven's show, but, I leave my number up there too. I've got Michelle real busy right now with a lot of people coming over the next couple of weeks. I've got a lot of things going on too, guys, just like he does. My wife says, I want the strain of cannabis that Josh is on. Yeah, I hear you. Talking about the guy that's talking all the different Eat the Cats, Enemy Within on YouTube.
They're eating the dogs.
Mr. Johnny, can't read the last part of it. With life insurance, what kind of limits are you dealing with?
Define limits. So I'd take that in like 5 different ways. I don't want to give you 5 answers.
So Josh Traxler, nose cancer, has to be he's got to be a spammer
Who?
because this Josh Traxler that's saying all this crazy shit, he's nowhere in the YouTube comments at all. He's either a bot, a troll, or something. So Justin Burgers wants to know, Stephen, can you join the lab tomorrow? And speaking of that, Justin, you need to send me the link to your lab tomorrow when you get it, and you need to tell me a time. And let me see if I can make it on there. I'm hoping you'll do it in the evening time, and if you do, I can probably join you. Yeah, all of a sudden Josh is gone too, so his comments don't show up on YouTube, and he's gone. Mr. Johnny says something. I got 1 million with Wally World coverage. What do you deal with?
Coverage?
Huh? Did you see that question for you, Stephen?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who that is. I don't know who Wally World is. Maybe he meant to. I think I have a feeling that might be a typo.
Wally World is Walmart. He probably works for Walmart.
Oh.
I could be wrong, but by the way, it's Johnny says F the world. Do you know who that is? Help us out here, Johnny.
Oh, he's saying his name is Johnny says
Oh.
F the world. That's what his like at.
I could. Okay. Even the wife bot.
Is Wally World really Walmart?
Yeah, I call it Wally World all the time too. You know what Wally World is, right?
I do now.
You know where it came from.
No.
One of the best movies of all time, National Lampoon's Vacation. Don't you remember Wally World, the big park they went to? It's called Wally World.
I really remember it.
I mean, it's a classic. You've never watched Christmas Vacation? You never watched Vacation?
I've seen Christmas Vacation, yeah.
Well, go watch the original Vacation. That was the whole trip. Is they took a trip to Wally World. It's kind of like, like a Six Flags or something. Josh has a political channel, The Enemy Within. Oh, I know who that guy is. Is that this? That can't be the same guy.
No.
You know what? It might very well be that guy, The Enemy Within. He used to have a channel called Three Rigs. What was Josh's original channel? He had 100,000 subscribers on his original channel, and the trolls got a hold of him, and he canceled his channel. That's got to be. That's not really him. There's no way that's really him. All right, Justin. I'll send me the link tomorrow, and I'll see what I can't do. I should be okay by 7. Mr. Johnny. By the way, it's Johnny says that. Okay, we already said that. I'm sorry. He's not a scam. He's definitely lame. I got to tell you the truth. I don't think that's really him. That's got to be somebody else trying to scam the channel, and it's okay. You're right, Walmart. So he's a Walmart driver. He's looking to leave, and He has a $1 million policy. Johnny, you know, the best thing to do is shoot Steven a text. I don't know if you're available after the show or if you want to talk to him tomorrow, but give him a text and he'll set something up with you.
Yeah. If you work for Walmart, or really any other company, like you're leaving the company and so does the policy. If you retire, quit, get fired, same thing. So private insurance is the way to go.
3 Rigs. Oh, that's right. This guy trucks. That's him. Yeah, this guy trucks.
That's a funny name.
I mean, he was fine when he did this guy's truck, but now he's doing that political crap. He's very, very blue. Very blue.
You said blue?
Yeah, Democrat.
No, I know. I was gonna say, bring me on his channel. I'll have some fun.
He thinks Joe Biden was the best president ever, and policies and stuff.
Maybe if he was running a senior citizen home, it might have been like, ooh, cool.
3 Rigs, you actually think that was really him? How can he make stuff disappear from YouTube when I go to YouTube with the comments? I'm just curious. How can you do that once you make comments? Unless you bow yourself. I guess you could probably bow yourself out. But his comments, well, you know what? His comments still show up here, but he bowed himself out of YouTube. So that makes sense. I have no idea why he would come to my channel. No idea.
Tell him it's on if he wants to smoke.
I have the worst luck. I haven't been home in 6 months, and I just had a bat flying around. So we'll go back to movies again. You remember Anchorman?
Yeah, of course. Yep.
You seen the second one, right?
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Remember the chicken of the cave, the bats?
Yeah.
Me and the wife still laugh about that, man. That was funny. The chicken of the cave. Well, I had to cut costs somewhere. So Johnny says he'll reach out to you. So there you go. You got you another guy.
Right,
Yeah, please do. Please do, Johnny. I think you'll be very satisfied. Korean Army girl says he used to drive for Swift. Yeah, he drove for Swift for about 3 or 4 months, and he failed miserably. Some of the, just like him and other drivers that have come over here and failed, they like to put their stuff out here on YouTube of how they failed. They never tell about their successes, but they say how they failed. He did that on purpose because he wanted the content. That was the only reason he even came to Swift, because he came at the worst time possible. He knew how things were, and he wanted content to build his channel up. And then he closed his channel down. Speaking of which, Korean Army girl, how are you doing? Are you doing okay? It's been a while since you've been on. I know you called me that one night for something. I don't remember what you asked me. There was something that you needed. 3 Rigs, that guy is a supreme clown. That is an absolute understatement, to be honest with you. I found, I gotta tell you the truth, man. You know how they always say people gawk and look at car crashes and stuff? You know what I'm talking about, Steven?
Yeah, of course.
We're all guilty of that. And that's kind of his channel. We're guilty of watching the car crash, more or less. The old channel, not necessarily the new one. Because he's always that way. You know what I mean? Just, you're attracted to him because of his stupid stuff that he does and says. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
How do these guys lease multiple trucks every 6 months? I don't really understand the question. You mean leave and come back, or you mean they lease several trucks at once? Clarify that, Monte Carlo. So you're having pay issues. Yeah, I think something's going on with payroll, because I had a situation too that needs to be dealt with. They owe me a little bit of money also. I tried to straighten it out today with no luck. Anyway, it'll all be straightened out soon. Swift's got a lot of things going on right now, guys, and I'm not giving them any excuses or anything, but with this Abilene transfer and switching over to AI and the load board stuff, keep an eye out for that load board stuff. That stuff's going to pop up any day. Somebody sent me a screenshot of it earlier today, and it actually looked pretty decent. Keep an eye out, guys. There's a lot of changes that are happening right underneath our feet. And I think they're all good changes. I think Swift's molding to what they need to do. Company to company leasing trucks, wherever the guy doesn't break and lease, go to his credit. No, it doesn't go to your credit record. They all say, no money down, no credit checks. Well, it doesn't go to your credit at all. Okay, Stephen, who's better, Bird or Magic Johnson?
Damn, that's a tough one. That might be one of the hardest questions I've ever been asked before.
Honestly, that's almost like a Reese's peanut butter cup. The challenge always was, what's better, chocolate or peanut butter? So they combine the two. I know we can't combine Bird and Magic together, but it's kind of the same comparison. I don't think you can really compare the two, honestly.
Who would I rather have on my team? Because even if you say, who do I want to build around? You could build around both of them, and you'd be like, yeah, I'd get the same result.
My guy is and always will be Michael Jordan.
Oh, nobody's
ever going to be better than Michael Jordan. If I could have a team with Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Larry Bird, what a team that would be.
Huh? Yeah.
Need to build
I would say Bird just because of bias.
Huh?
I'll say Bird because of bias. Even though Magic Johnson is probably the best point guard ever.
I would say Bird too because he's from Indiana. He went to Indiana State. Me being from Indiana, I would give Bird the kudos on that.
Yeah, I'll take Bird just because he's Boston. Oh, speaking of, fitting.
Yeah, it's almost time for we still got the Super Bowl coming up, but as soon as that's over, we got the draft, and then we got the NBA stuff, playoffs, and everything coming up. First of all, we got Final Four, or not Final Four, but the NCAA brackets.
March Madness is coming up.
Yeah. March Madness was always my favorite time of the year.
It used to be for me. Basketball just seems so repetitive. It's not as enjoyable to watch over the years.
They've I don't know what it is, and I agree with you. They've changed, and mostly the NBA. I won't say as much as college, but they did a lot of changes, and there's a lot of, they call it load management, where they don't play the players. These people pay, sometimes upwards of several hundred, maybe $1,000 to go watch their favorite player to play, against the team that, and they don't even freaking play because of load management.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about it. It's just the game has changed so much. Like the play style is really kind of what ruined it, in my opinion.
It is. It's a lazy play. That's exactly. So there used to be a position called a forward. Okay, there still is. Well, the forward was the guy that took the ball down the damn court and kept it going. The guard was the guy that actually guarded the ball. Well, now there's no more forwards. It's always, sometimes you'll have 2 or 3 centers playing the game because they're so damn big. You'll have
3 guards. So.
Yeah. So the forward is dead, in my opinion, because they don't fast break like they used to. They take their time. Honestly, I don't know how they score such high games with as slow play as the game is now.
You know what I'm saying? More threes. It's less physical, so people aren't tired as much. There's a lot of they're not as tired because it's not as physical anymore. So
let me tell you a little story, and I'm going to go back several years, and I know this is way before your time, Stephen, but back in the early 80s when Louisville, the Cardinals, they got 2 championships, one in 1980 and one in 1986 under Denny Crum. Every time, and we were in the Metro Conference at the time. They're no longer a conference, and, of course, they've changed many times since then. But anyway, we would play Cincinnati at least once a year, the Bearcats. Their coach, and I don't remember who it is, don't ask me, but their coach, every time we would play Cincinnati, and this was before the shot clock, the 3-point play and all that, the score would always be like 18 to 27. I mean, it would always be under 30 points. Cincinnati was the team that played hard and kept the teams from scoring and vice versa. They kind of played at each other's levels is what they did. Every team that Cincinnati ever played, it was always a low-scoring game. Always.
So boring. Jesus.
Actually, no, it wasn't. You know why? Because they were back and forth all the time. It's like a tennis match watching them play. I mean, it really was.
No scoring, though.
Doesn't matter. The scoring doesn't matter when they're running back and forth. It's kind of like watching two quarterbacks duel it out, honestly. I hate defensive football games because I think they're boring. I like watching the quarterbacks shoot them out. Most people do. Well, it's just the opposite with basketball. If they're not making scores, then that means they're going back and forth. There's no breaking in the game. You know what I mean? When they're going back and forth, there's hardly any breaks in the game. Because you know how basketball is. You can't bring another player in until there's a break in the game. You can't bring them in when you're going back and forth.
That is true, too.
Think about that. It was constant fast break, back and forth. And that's the way the game used to be before they came up with the 3 points. The 3-point is what made the game lazy, in my opinion. So all you sports guys on here, comment on that, please, and tell me what you think. I'm curious.
Just take the long ball, man.
How do the owners lease multiple trucks as Swift? You know, I don't know that answer, some miracle, but there is a way to do it. I think you have to have a truck for a year or maybe completed a lease, and you can do 2 and put a driver in it. I don't know. It was never in my cards as an interest to do that, so I never found out. I could care less of paying another driver and worrying about his problems when I have my own problems to deal with. The money isn't there for me, honestly, to have multiple trucks. Michael Shepard says, my goal is to be a professional nap taker. Buddy, I do that now. I love taking naps. You know, the 2-hour sleeper berth is a dream for me. I love that. I did it this morning, as a matter of fact, 5 hours. Did he text you?
Huh?
Did the guy text you?
No, not yet. I'm texting someone else.
Okay. Speaking of which, Korean Army girl, if you're still on here, you need health insurance, you need to look up Steven. There's Ethan. Is this Ethan Allen? We talked this morning. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. How are you, buddy? Glad you're on here. I'm pretty sure that Ethan was going to give you a call, too, for health insurance, if I remember correctly.
I don't know. All the names blend in. Other than, like, the same, like, 15 people, I know pretty much that's about it.
Buddy, I'm having a hard time with everybody that's calling me, too. I've got a list of people that are coming. Oh, Ethan Arnold. You know, I got your name as Ethan Allen. I apologize, dude. I don't know why. I talk to so many daggone people. But I'm having a hard time. I've got to come up with a better way to keep track of people when they come over. 9 is my goal. You want 9 trucks. Why the number 9? Why 6 or 7 or 8 or 11? 9. Must be something with that number 9 that you have.
Maybe.
You know what? There was a comment up here I missed. Bacon and Bourbon says, 90s basketball was great. Alonzo Mourning just rocking people with nasty elbows. Today's ball is like a sissy game, and it's not fun anymore. So I got somebody better than Alonzo Mourning, and he's still one of my favorite ball players of all time. And I didn't even know who he was until he went with Michael Jordan, was Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman played basketball like no other players ever played before. Him and the mouse at the palace. What's that guy's name?
Ron Artest.
Ron Artest. What did he change his name to? He changed, world. What was it? World Peace. World Meta Peace, wasn't it?
It's Meta World Peace. Yeah, now it is.
Meta World Peace. That's right. Man, he was a good player too.
He was interesting.
But can't play ball like that anymore, man.
Nope, you breathe on him too hard, you're getting ejected.
So Ethan wants to know, why do you stop at 9? I want to know where you came up with the number 9 more than why would you stop?
Because 8, 7. No, it's 7, 8, 9. Never mind. I was gonna make a bad joke.
So I'm going to tell you something that's going to blow your mind. You know why the area code 321, which is the area where I live at? You know why it's 321?
Why?
It used to be years ago. It used to be the Orlando area code, but when they got too many phones, they had to come up with an area code. 321. Think about it. 3, 2, 1. Blast off. Cape Canaveral.
Oh, that's
Canaveral.
cool.
Yep. That's why they did 321.
I like that. That's cool.
If you ever notice, if you're ever in Brevard County, their sheriff's cars has a with the line that has the green line for the sheriff's cars in the very front. There's a space shuttle on there. Did you ever notice that?
No, I'm never in Brevard County, man. I either am in Orange or I go to Hillsboro, and it's just for a day usually, and that's it.
Never lived in Hillsboro. Went through it many a times and lived in Pinellas, but the wife lived in Hillsboro and the father-in-law did. We almost moved to Hillsboro before we moved to where we're at. Sometimes I wish we would have, but Ethan says, I'm saying why stop at 9? Because if you can afford to run 9 trucks, you can run. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. I was just curious, why the number 9? But I agree. I know what you're saying. Florida Chris says, evening. Now, Florida Chris, are you the same guy as Chris? Or are you a new guy? You just let me know when you got to rock off, man.
No, that's fine. I got like 5 more minutes. I moved my 8:30 to 8:35.
Oh, okay. So you're formerly Chris. You changed it. I love your avatar, man. I love the Florida flag.
Oh yeah. Texas is a little bit better.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's a different kind.
It's definitely
kind of like Magic. You can't compare the two.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put the Florida flag on the side of my truck when I get it all decaled. The American flag and the Florida flag both are gonna be on the side of the truck.
That look really good.
Yep. And we got both flags on a flagpole at our house. One thing that we've always had, every home that we've ever lived in, we've always put a flagpole up with the American flag. Michael Shepard says, was told years ago that you want odd number trucks, makes it easier for the trucks to pay for each other. Huh. Never. I mean, that kind of makes a little bit of sense. Okay. I got tired of people calling me Chris. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm assuming your name is actually Christopher with the K, though. Badass Monte Carlo says insurance will most likely stop you at 10 trucks, like trucking has slowly built his fleet to 20 trucks. Like trucking, yeah. Like trucking, he actually contacted me and wanted me to come to work for him. It's been a while, year and a half ago or so. I still talk to him. I haven't talked to him in a while, but I've talked to him a couple of times. I don't think when I came back to Swift, I think they quit watching me once they figured out I wasn't going to them. And it's not that I wasn't going to them. It's just I had no desire to go back into the spot market. I didn't want to go back into the spot market at all, let alone go to a company that did the spot market. Wasn't in my sights at the time.
Alrighty, I'm gonna take a whiz and then hit the phones. Okay. I'll call you after I'm done. Well, you probably have to get up early, don't you?
No, I'm actually going to stay up because I'm leaving out of here at like 11. So you can give me a ring.
Okay, cool. It'll probably be like an hour and a half or so.
Yeah, just shoot me a text.
I got you.
Make sure you can call me about 12:45 or so. All right.
Yeah, real funny.
All right, buddy. Call me anytime, man. Have a good night.
You too, man. Right. Talk to y'all later.
Anybody on here, I'll let you know. Okay.
All right, for sure. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. Mr. Late as always is gone. Y'all got anything y'all want to talk about? We still got like 31 people in here. Anybody want to talk about anything? Odd number for each truck to pay for each other now because that's the months my daughter. See, I knew there was some kind of something to it, so it has to do with your daughter. So somebody asked me last night. I can't remember who it was. And if you're on here, please come forward. Just please step forward. They asked me where I came up with the Fly Rabbit name, and I did videos about it. I do it about once a year. I explain to it, so I'll do it again. Fly Rabbit came up. My daughter started that, and my son was in the Marines at the time, and his job was a crew chief of the F-18 fighter jets, more specifically the Thunderbolt fighter jets. I'm very proud of him. He did an awesome job. Working I say working, but being in the Marines. He went and traveled all across the world, and with him working on the fighter jets, the F-18 fighter jets, his nickname that my daughter at the time was probably about 2 or 3. She always called him Rabbit. Don't know why she called him Rabbit, but she always called him Rabbit. And when his name is Jacob, and when Jacob was in town, she would always say, "Fly Rabbit, Fly Rabbit." So there you go, guys. That's where Fly Rabbit came from. And my goal was to try and find a rabbit in a logo. And the rabbit had to have a carrot jetpack just to make it look kind of cool. And with me living on the Space Coast of Florida, as we just talked a minute ago, the 321 with the area code, it all just kind of fit in. I found my logo, had my lady doctor it up, make it to my logo, and that's where Fly Rabbit came from, guys. If anybody wanted to know, that's it. What is the oldest truck year you can lease in Swift? Juan, man, me and you need to have a long talk before you go into an older truck. You need to call me. But I think right now, 21 is probably, maybe 22 might be the oldest truck. But, dude, before you get into signing any lease, you need to get in touch with me, brother. Yeah, if I can try to find out what the terms are to lease multiple trucks, if you can. Ask Michelle when Michelle comes back on. We're going to do another live here in a couple weeks. If I get a chance to ask her, and if I remember, I'll say something to her. I don't have Craig in here tonight. Jonah, if you know that answer, speak up. Speak up, Jonah, if you know, because I really never had any interest and never looked into it. And if Craig was in here, he could probably answer that question. Says you will believe. I will be driving all night today. Yeah, I'm driving all night too. If you want to ring at me after midnight, man, feel free. I'll be driving. We can bullshit and talk. Be more than happy to chat with you. Spoke today to her and you forgot to ask her. Yeah, I just, like I said, it was never on my radar and it never has been. And honestly, I don't think it ever will be. But, a lot of things change, though. I've changed my mind on a lot of things in the past, and maybe I'll change my mind someday if it makes sense. But for me, I don't want the responsibility of, taking care of other people like that. Well, guys, I guess we're at an hour and a half. I guess we'll cut it off. As always, Steven's number's on there. Shoot him a text. The reason we don't really like to go into a whole lot of details over the live is because of obviously HIPAA laws and stuff. We don't want to get too personal, and not only that, I think it would steer a lot of people off of the live. So the best way to get a hold of him is just to text him. He'll set up a phone call with you, and it'll be like an initial, I guess, consultation or whatever. And he'll get back with you. He's pretty good. And my number's on there. Anybody interested in coming to Swift, be more than happy to help you guys out. I will tell you the good, bad, the ugly, like I tell everybody. Not a whole lot of ugly here lately, honestly, other than dealing with the Nike place in Indianapolis today, but that had nothing. And the ugly that I deal with really has nothing to do with Swift any longer. Everything that I have has been knock on wood, I've had some pretty good experiences here in the last 3 months being on the account that I am. I have nothing bad to say. Um, that being said, guys, I mean, there's both numbers are on there. Don't hesitate. Also, house cleaning. Please like, comment, subscribe, all the above. If you're not subscribed, subscribe and hit the bell so I can get, you can get all the notifications when stuff comes out. So, Justin, you're going to have to text that to me tomorrow because when I go off the live here, that disappears. It won't show up on YouTube. You're going to have to text it to me. But that's his channel, you guys. Go and subscribe to his channel. He's gonna do some sports stuff, guys. Don't know exactly how his content's going to be, but we're sure going to give it a shot. I say we are. He is. He's going to try and do a sports show. She said percentage might be a game changer. I'll tell you this. The load board's about ready to blow up. The biggest company in the at least I'm pretty sure that Swift's the biggest, if not one of the biggest companies, and they have their own load board, and they're about ready to populate it with just about everything they have. Yes, it's going to be a game changer. I talked to my boy Dan that was on the live just a few weeks ago that's on the percentage board. He's averaging about $3,000 a week doing what he's doing. Now, he's staying out west mostly and doing a lot of stuff that nobody wants to do. Got a little bit of deadhead in there, but he said he's doing $3,000 a week. So if that's exciting to anybody, that's pretty good. And, he's not running that many miles either. I think he said something like 2,000, 2,500. So he's not running a whole lot of miles to get that $3,000. So that should tell you something. He's getting more than our average rate is. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a game changer too. I think ultimately, I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want to come over here. It's a matter of time. Gonna, like I said, I'm getting a student. Gonna do some content. He's actually, believe it or not, he's actually excited about it too. So I'm gonna try and do as much content as I can for the next 4 weeks once I pick him up. Let you guys see how it is when we train. I'm gonna try and walk behind him and do some videos as long as he's willing to do it. That's what I want. Yeah, I know that's what you want, and I think it's going to be good. It's in its infancy, and just like anything, that's when it first starts. There's going to be bugs and there's going to be problems, so you got to be willing to accept that. I've always said that it's been a testing bed. They've been testing it. Well, not the percentage board. They've been testing it since October, but the regular load board's been active for a little bit over a year now, and I think they're starting to get stuff figured out. We're going to find out here in the next few weeks, according to Michelle. Well, my friends, I think the time has come. Anybody, again, has questions, don't hesitate to call. Call Steven, get a hold of Michelle, whatever you got to do, guys. SeBrite Insurance is in the description, as always, even though I don't have them any longer because of the training issue. I'm always here. I always answer my phone. Even when I'm asleep, I still try to answer it as much as I can, or I'll call you back. We'll go ahead and end it here, guys. You all be safe. Be aware of this storm. If it's bad, guys, shut it down. Don't chance anything. Again, I think it's all big hype, but we'll find out here in the next, 24, 48 hours, guys. Still planning on doing a live on Saturday as long as everything works out. So check Flying the Fellows out. Anybody who wants to come on Flying the Fellows, feel free to give me a text. Be more than happy to bring new guys in. I'm always trying to do new things. So that's it, guys. Y'all have a great night. Talk to you all on Saturday. Bye.